Now playing Day in Paradise by Pedro Macedo Camacho.
8.
My mic is picking up. Can you hear the music over the microphone? I come straight into the stream with the microphone on, and that's fine. I have already lets me monitor that. I don't think it's going to come up too much. Let me start my checklist. I haven't actually started it yet. I have swapped the batteries. And let's do this. And we're doing something a little different today. I haven't set titles, but the titles are going to be about the same. Let me just kind of hop into it here as I verify the stream and set the titles. So let me turn off the starting soon and show the setup while I pull up you and check you out for the several things. We can split you here, and let's grab the S profile and split you there over here. Will I be able to dock you? Sort of. It'll let me do that, and then I can do that. And let's come and look at our stream. Our stream on YouTube is going. Our stream on Night vs. Night YouTube is going. It's can and need to change the resolution. The current resolution is not supported on this configuration. Expected video resolution is 1440. I've never seen this before, so I'm curious why 2560 by 1440 expected video resolution is that. What is the malfunction on? Let me double. So I see that, and I'll raise you. This should be 1K, and that's Twitch. And Kick is streaming. The title is probably relevant. Codex, Phraims, scaling, passkeys. I will update it here in a second. You are we'll ban you and mute you on Kick. And in Twitch, we've got a couple following. That's fine. This I've never seen before. And music should be fine. I'm just double checking over here on the, let me pull up this screen capture here. I can put that off to the side. 3132, next song. You can see that. What if I just maximized you and had you playing there full screen? And then that is the streams check for you. But I'm dual streaming to both Night vs. Night behind the scenes and to look at what AI can do. So I'm looking at look at what AI can do, and let's go check out the channel stream. I don't need you. That's live. Kick is going to say that it's offline. So Kick has not started for you. What if I come to it? Multiple outputs and look at the Kick status. It's failed to connect to stream. So let's look at the URLs here and verify that the URLs look good. I didn't mean to do that. And let's see what we can do without exposing our keys, right? Create our dashboard. Here is going to be the stream info, but this would be the pop view out, studio, channel, stream URL and key. It should be hidden. And so this is where I would redact. But do I have redact set up? I think so. Let's see if redact works on this new setup. Aha! Redact doesn't quite work yet. So before I show any stream keys here, I've got, this is an office scene. Let me make sure that my audio levels are good while I monitor those. And let's, I can't, well, that's up, I can't, it's a modal dialog. Okay. Let's get the redact working. It's probably under advanced scene switcher. I think this is a modeless dialog. Are you gonna dock? Yeah, there you go. Redact, actually that's controlled over the Stream Deck. So if I come up to Stream Deck and I bring you over here and I look at Stream Deck config for the redact, this is going to turn on the composite macOS screen capture MacBook blur. And redacted on. And then what I want to do is add a blur filter. I want to capture the MacBook filters. I want to copy you. And it'd be cool if I could paste a reference to it. But I think I'll just take that. And then same on the left. We will do filters. And can I just kind of set one filter on that scene? I think I can. And then put that scene into a max and just do one redacted. I probably can do that. So right now I'm using separate. So now if I add, this is MacBook blur. If I copy and paste a left blur on and bring you up. And we'll call you left blur. And then we'll copy you and paste you and move you up and call you a right blur. I'm going to say blur right. Blur left. And blur MacBook. And this one will be blur right. Composite blur. Composite blur. And this will give a weird effect. It's going to have 3 separate blurs, and I wonder if I can, and then redacted on is on the MacBook scene. Does it have to be that? I could also just copy you and paste you, and I can say MacBook redacted on. Yeah, this is the scene name, so MacBook redacted on and Office redacted on. And then that's going to be this scene for Office, and it's going to be redacted. And now, when I come in to press U, there we go. So all three of those are redacting. It's a little weird. It's not redacting me then, which is fine, because I don't want to do that. I'm just redacting those screens. And so those are redacting. And I can now show my stream keys and verify those on the... Oh, and I want to pull up... I need to do... Before I do that, let me unredact. I'm still going through, and I didn't undo that, so unredact. I need to pull up you again and turn you off. I can do that on this screen over here. I will, on the flip side, I need to do the same thing. So here I need to basically give you a title, which is MacBook Redacted. Redacted. Off to match you. MacBook redacted off, and I guess when I put another one in there, it's going to, and this is the filter off. If I copy and paste, and then I say Office redacted off, and then I say Office redacted, then it should, odd that it didn't add that little divider. That one says OBS Studio source visibility. This one, it added a slash title. Did I do that? Enter? Okay, I guess so. It's weird that it would put a slash character there for that, but change the song. I may remove Carnage from my playlist. Still getting the stream up and running as I'm playing with a new layout, and I'm looking at another screen and hurting my neck. Not too bad though. Turn you redacted off, and then you are the blur MacBook. You are blur MacBook off. Blur off MacBook. Backwards I speak Yoda. Blur on. Blur on. Blur on. This should probably be, to be consistent, redacted on MacBook, and this would be redacted on Office. All right, so we got that, and this would be that. And that's blur off MacBook. Copy, paste, paste, and these were blur on MacBook left and right, so this is going to be blur off MacBook left. Left, and this is right, and right. Okay, so now that should get that And now when I hit redact, they'll all redact. And when I do this, they should all turn off, and they didn't for some reason. Blur on, blur off, redacted off, MacBook. Let's bring this over here so that I can not hurt my neck anymore and figure out why. Redacted off. Hide the redacted, and then disable the composite blur. Oh, I didn't do the composite blur and the composite blur. All right, one more time. Redacting off, redacting on. Okay. Yeah, it works on this scene. I've got the other scene, so we'll close you, and I can go back to this other scene. Over here. This is the old scene. I realized that I've been streaming always from my laptop for the past couple of weeks that I've been trying to do a more consistent job streaming. And the stream seems to be coming through. I don't know why sorry, I'm looking at the screen here on that. So I'm on this other scene here. This scene still works, but I should actually remove you. Remove. Yes. All right, so this is the old scene that I'd been using for, and that's the MacBook itself. And if I bring up its player, so now I can basically, what I will do later is I'll move OBS over there too, or I might keep it right here. I've got 3 screens, and what I don't have here is the NDI camera, which I can bring up. And I can go full gaming setup here too. It's a little confusing and a little muted. I do this and do this, and then I can add that scene back over to you, and I could rotate through, and I don't have to show my ugly mug. I can add an NDI source. Yeah, NDI source for NDI OBS bot is already Pixel 7 Pro. So I already have that. NDI Pixel 7 Pro, this one, enable. And that I can shove down here as a lot of stuff to look at. And I probably want to move, so the OBS, but I just added that. Webcam OBS, but webcam laptop. I already had that. Let me double check. This one is that, which is fine. The NDI, which I'm not going to use the NDI OBS bot, because I think I'm confident that a cable and everything's fine. I'm going to be cabled in anyway. What I didn't do is turn off Wi-Fi. I can turn that off and hopefully the stream survives when I turn off Wi-Fi. And the stream should continue because OBS would, if I raise my hand, yep, that's streaming there. So we're at least going out. And I could add that to the checklist. Let's do that.
Back to back. Now playing prismatic.
Before I I just Command Z. Here we go. And where do I want to put that? Turn off. I could just put it first. if I'm on the, it's really only relevant if I'm on the if I'm desktop streaming, but that would be turn off Wi-Fi. Turn off Wi-Fi, and that would be something that I've done. If anything's in the chat, which I hardly ever doubt it would be, that's a really quiet song, but that's fine. We don't really need loud music. Just make sure it's not airing. This one, that one, I was fixing this camera here on the Pixel 7 Pro. I probably want it to be OBS laptop texts. I want that to be above, so I do want to bring you up and plop you over you and make you there, and I can, that's the right height. You're docked up there, you're docked down here, can set you there. And then this transform, I can, this one, notice that is there. I can cover up the edge. I can boost this up. And pop you there. And it's not such a big deal. It doesn't cover all of me. You can still get most of that in. Is there a better way to lay that out? I can shrink the width, the left and right. I can crop out the left and right. Did you lose my face again? There you go. So I'm questioning whether I want to show that or not, but I can. And if I, the wide version of that, if I turn this off, the wide version of that makes more sense so that you can kind of see all the screens that I'm working with there. I could crop it a little bit left and right, but I don't think I can crop it enough to squeeze in the MacBook. I can still crop it a little bit. So let's do this. I think that's the right. We'll crop you there. And we'll crop you there. And I can move you there. And now it's at least a little less eclipsed, and then I can even move it a little bit more to get you a little more even. Oh, right there. All right. You don't really need to see the MacBook. I could go all the way to there. I can crop you a little bit more. And stick you there. And now if I sit back here, you can see that, and I could fit that there, and you see that. 874320. So now you see that. And that's okay. You can see the edge of the MacBook, and that's fine. If I move, yep, not the wrong key. If I move you in a little bit and move you out a little bit, and that is a little better. I'll move you in a little bit and move you out a little bit. Zero. All right. I guess that's the side view. I can rotate between these two. I can script to rotate between these and sometimes show that, sometimes show that. sometimes even show the overhead. I can turn on the keyboard. Do I have it already? Don't think I have video capture device of the overhead, so test 1, 2. Yeah, my mic just cut out on me again. I've got another mic, it's charging. The battery was dead on it. So this is the webcam overhead. And I can pick the Keo and put that up here. And this is another option that I can basically rotate through. And this is getting dangerously close to my gaming setup. What is the difference on gaming? I'm showing, where's my blank spot on gaming? I'm not going to get into the gaming setup at the moment. But here's where I can basically bring you down. And if I set you about center, but this almost needs the full in order to get the spread of the keyboards, but I'm not going to be multi-keyboarding here. I am only going to be single keyboarding. So I can get rid of you and not need you so much. And now I can put you there and make you 0. And then I can rotate through you, and if I bring you down, now that you're edge to edge, there's no reason for you to be so high up there. I can bring you down back to the other screen captures.
That was Rustler's Run by
Okay.
Now playing. They came from below.
One thing I changed if I go to, I have to do this in studio mode so that it doesn't affect it. Now if I go to global and I change the track font to Moon, and okay, I just want to make sure it's the same size as this. That's 256 and 256, and move you. Make you a little larger so that I can see you. And bring you down over here. Yeah, that's fine. They came from below. I removed some of the. This font doesn't have all the Cyrillic and other characters. There was like some Greek characters. Omega there was one song that had Omega in it, and it kind of showed us a weird stray character. So that fixes that had been nagging me. Exit studio mode. And I'm still working on the checklist. I realize that. Bam. Set the titles and categories. The titles, I'm checking the stream, and Kick says it's not working, so I was working on redact mode. So I'm going to try redact again. Let me turn off this overhead cam. I want to cycle through these. This, that, and the webcam, those. I could cycle through that one too, even. These 4, I'll make a group, and group. Transform is gonna be fine on that. You keep losing me. I don't know why that thing keeps disconnecting. So, group cams, webcams. I've noticed that with groups, the transforms don't always work as expected. And so here I'll set up a rotation to turn those on and off and rotate those. And I could even do that. I'll make it as a goal in the, let's do, this crashed and didn't need that. So let's do webcam rotations. Put that in the topics. And oh, I'm probably gonna, I realized when I do get kick working, it's probably gonna crash OBS. That camera's working fine. And I also want to launch. I want to launch
They came from below. Now playing.
Phraims, because it's no one's. There might. We're gonna launch over here. That is this. I've been working on passkeys. So I have another Phraims that I can just do. I do have the I guess you could call it a dev version of Phraims, which is that's the frame that's in the actual applications folder. It's an old one, but it works. And so if I bring you over here, that's this one. And what I'm going to do is make them larger so that, and I don't need this. This was just a demonstration. I'm going to pull this up and basically grab the titles, grab the ID, and can I switch back and forth and sign out and sign in through profiles? I might have to run separate versions, but that's fine. Let's think about how I can do multi-chat. Right now, this would be chat in only one login. I can, because it's logged in as night versus night. I don't have multiple profiles in Phraims. I think I already have a ticket to do that. And that's in the office laptop webcam. That's group webcams. Is it going to do the transition? How to get, I know how to, but grab you and put you in here to at least get you up and running. And bring you down here. So it's not remembering. So if I close this Phraims and then relaunch Phraims, it's not remembering that I'm logged in. If I pull up a new window and I go to YouTube, does it know that it does not know that I'm signed in? Okay. This is the old Phraims. I think I deleted something, so here I don't mind doing that because I just am that, but let me do redact and redacting and pull up you and This is under Google. This account. I'll need to write use a passkey. Yeah, this is the one I'm not going to use a passkey because that's what I'm working on. It won't work on this. I can type yes on my tablet or phone. It's gonna buzz this guy, and I think, yes, it's me. Okay, now we're logged in. Now I should be able to close you and refresh you, and you'll know. So it's not. If I close you and relaunch Phraims again, there it is. There's the chat. It's not remembering the DOM patch, so it doesn't have one. Things have moved around because of how I do and don't use the. It's gonna hide that if I move that over there. So grab this, copy, DOM patch, card, display, none. Okay. And close, and that hides that. And this would let me put chat on this window here. And so this lets me get chat for night versus night, how to get chat for this new curveball of double multi-streaming. Oh, and I'm redacting. So, yeah, there was signing in. Moved the chat off to the side here. You can see it down here on this side. And I could resize this a little bit, I think. It doesn't need to be so wide. I don't mind, right now, I don't mind someone being an asshole in the chat stream, because it's just me, but eventually I'll even start to ban the assholes. I was going to figure out why Kick's not working on Look at What AI Can Do. You're working on you. You're working on you. Kick is low priority. Let me fix this. Kick's just a... there. Let's see. Redact for a second. And...
That was Thrust Me, I'm an Engineer, by Arthur Riley. Now playing, Cray, by White Bat Audio.
Try to find where this is. Okay. Okay. Redact off. I'm trying to find this widget. This widget, sorry. This YouTube stream here. This one. And it's saying open widget. Error, you need to change the resolution. The current resolution, which is not supported by this config, the expected video resolution is 25. The stream's current bitrate is higher than the recommended bitrate. Use 13500. So, if I change this, I'm probably going to crash OBS. And this was all an experiment to try this in the office. So even worst case, this stream ends and I'll restart a new one here. I'm not sure why it's not letting me do 4K, but we'll see. If I come to settings here, and I'm still Twitch streaming primarily. So it's really the multi-stream, and I've been able to do YouTube. (21) 2560 by 1440. I don't know why it's I haven't changed the setting at all. And I'm wondering, where does that pop up? I see a... Oh, that's because it's freaking delayed. I didn't see a live screen on this. And why can't I do 4K? Hey, wait a minute.
That was Prey. Now playing Blissful Darkness.
3840. DCS 4096. 3840 by 2060. Yeah. (3840). That's right. I had some space on that resolution. I know how to fix this. All I have to do is just change this to the setting they say, 2560 by 1440. But I don't understand why I have to do that. This would be the first time. I'm curious if my drop packets are low. I've had no dropped frames. That's evaluating the Twitch stream health, not the multi-stream health. So, but I've changed none of these settings. So if I do this, 2560 by 1440, fine. 1440. Now, applying this is probably going to crash OBS from my experience. So if I drop, worst case, I'll restart and come back. So that's applied, and we haven't crashed yet on you. And let's see if that made any difference. Oh, and the bitrate. The bitrate needs to be 13500 is what they say. So we'll modify you on the bitrate. Um, 13500 instead of 23500. Okay, whatever. And apply you and refresh this page. And do I have to stop and restart the stream? If I were to... So right now, look at what AI can do. Kick is failing. And I'll get to that. All this is part of the checklist of me getting the titles and categories, which is verifying that the stream is running. Stream settings. stream health at 208, it still says that I'm at 3840. If I night versus night YouTube, I am this.
That was Blissful Darkness. Now playing Dark Odyssey.
And what's the bitrate control? One, I mean, the kick one is the ABR, and this one is the CBR. I'm not sure which bit rate control I want to use. I'll have to look into. I suppose I can ask. What are my options here? CBR, ABR, VBR, CRF. OBS. Obsessed. OBS. Rate control. CBR versus ABR, VBR, CRF. ABR, VBR, CRF. And this is in that. If I come over to you and I go settings and look at your output, this is for Twitch. Constant bit rate, average bit rate, variable bit rate, constant rate factor, no fixed bit rate, consistent quality. Go, keep bit rate exactly 6,000. Predictable, constant quality, constant rate factor. Waste bits on simple screens. Drops quality on fast motion detail. That's fine. I mean, it's not exactly fine. Average bit rate, because it's a moving average. A slight flexibility. You occasionally go up and down. Variable bit rate is just to totally do whatever it needs. Efficient use of the bits, not ideal for live streaming, can exceed the upload limits. Some platforms re-encode it poorly. Not suitable for live streaming due to fluctuating bandwidth. The constant rate factor, the simplest and the most quality efficient mode. So it's a shame that it doesn't do that. I think CBR is fine. Then I was doing ABR for kick, and I don't know if that was causing any problems. I noticed that on the kick settings, this was set to ABR 6000, so I can call you CBR. And if I apply, I suspect it's going to crash. So we'll do constant bit rate. We're still streaming, all right. CBR, okay. CBR, okay. And as expected, it crashed. So now I get to re-verify all of my streams. I'd set, let me just make sure these settings took. It didn't take. It's still set to ABR. What if I stop you? So